What's up guys, it's iDevice Lab 009 and in today's video I'm going to show you how to enter PWNED DFU mode on your A5 device. So the A5 devices are the iPod Touch 5th generation, iPhone 4S, iPad mini 1, iPad 2 and iPad 3rd generation. So this does require external hardware. You will need an Arduino Uno, USB host shield and an LED light. This has not been ported to Windows or Mac and the developers aren't planning on it anytime soon, so I'm going to have links for all of the parts in the description. So let's get started. So let's start off with some information about this exploit. This exploit allows tools such as Legacy iOS Kit to tether downgrade, save SHSH blobs and do much more, and an Arduino is required. So if you go over to the GitHub page, which is github.com/tinacac/checkmate-a5, you will see a lot of information. So let's start with the software. So go over to arduino.cc and you need to download the Arduino IDE software and click on download. And now we can drag and drop it to the desktop and drag and drop it to the applications. Perfect. And now open up the Arduino application. Perfect. Now once this downloads some things, we can go to tools and manage libraries and search for USB and click enter. And now we need to look for USB host and install it. Perfect. And now we can close the library manager and Arduino. Now if we go back to the Checkmate A5, we can actually see what we have to do. So let's minimize our web browser, and if you go into Finder, Documents, you should see a folder called Arduino, and inside of here you see libraries and USB host. So this is perfect. So open up a terminal window and we are going to follow all of these commands. So type cd space and drag and drop the libraries folder and click enter. Now copy the second command, copy and paste. Now copy this command, copy and paste. And same thing with this one right here, paste. Perfect. And now we are going to download the exploit itself. So click on code and download zip. Perfect. And now I can drag and drop it to the desktop. And you want to go back to the terminal and copy this command, git apply, copy, paste, and drag and drop the patch and click enter. Perfect. And now just to double check, if we go inside of documents, Arduino libraries, we should see here a folder called USB host shield 2.0. So this has installed and we are ready to go. So now we need to rename this folder, and you want to delete the part that says master. We just want it to say checkmate A5. Now click checkmate-a5.ino to load the exploit. So I have connected my iPod Touch, which is a device that I'm going to be using for this video, and it should be in DFU mode and perfect. If Finder recognizes it, it's perfect. And now I'm actually going to show you how to set up the Arduino. Alright, so if you haven't already done, I highly recommend that you check out the links in the description and you buy the parts that I linked. Here's the Arduino board. The bottom part right here is the board, and the top part is the USB host shield. So it may come in a box that looks like this. And the most important thing, you need to solder these points right here. And I already done a video on explaining on how you can solder these points and how to put the host shield and Arduino together. and you also need an LED light. For me, this worked the best. You could also use an LED that looks like this, and if you use an LED, you want to plug the shorter end in this hole right here because it's negative, and the longer end because it's positive here. So think of it like one pin here, two pin here. So this is what you want to do. So I'm going to plug it in right now. And perfect. And now I'm going to connect the Arduino to the computer. If you bought a getting started kit, it should come with a USB-B to USB-A cable. And I'm going to plug the USB into the computer. And if you see a green light appear, that is perfect. You may see some orange light flashing, which is okay. There is one caveat. You want to be aware of fake boards, which is the board right here. This is not an original one, this is an aftermarket one, and you don't want to use these boards because they are very complicated to use and you need special software. So yeah, just make sure to buy the right board that I will link in the description. And picking off where we left with the software, so if you go to Legacy iOS Kit, you can see that each of the devices has a CPID. So you want to look for your specific CPID, and in my case is A942, and it's perfect because this is the iPod Touch 5th generation CPID. And you want to go to Tools and Port and select the right port, and also you want to select the board and Arduino Uno. Perfect. And now I am going to click the upload button to upload the exploit to the Arduino. And it says all done uploading. I am going to unplug it from the computer and plug it into the Arduino and watch the LED. It should blink 3 times. And perfect. If our device is rebooting, we can unplug it from the Arduino and plug it into the Mac. And now I'm going to reboot. Perfect. And close Finder. And I'm going to upload one more time. And watch the LED. 1, 2, 3. And it should light solid. Perfect. And now I can plug it back into the computer. And we are successfully in PWNED DFU mode. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.